Hi everyone, it's Karen here for Artist Live, and I'm here to create an art journaling page using lots of different Prima marketing mediums and Finnabair mediums, which are really amazing. And I just want to show you what I did and how I also going to be using the Crafters Workshop mediums and some stencils from them, and so I don't know, just enjoy and just watch and just for the go through. Just to let you know, this is a live recording, so if you're watching this and you didn't come to our show, just so you know, I do interact with some of the people in the chat. So when I'm saying things, I know it's like boring for the people that are watching later, but you're always welcome to join us. And for the live shows every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have different artists doing different types of projects, so you're always welcome to join us then. I'm just going to turn my camera around. As you can see, I got a new camera, so it's all very bright, and I'm just going to turn it around to show you the project. This is the project, and let me just make sure. Oops, you see all the products there that are waiting. Let me just get closer to my, okay, so this is the art journaling page that I did, and just want to finish finicking with this. Hi Petra. So oops, you see it keeps on like wanting to be crooked when I don't want it to be. This is why I don't like twisting it around, but when you have two cameras it doesn't work. So this is what I created. This is this is the Dylusions art journal that I have from Dyan Reaveley. So this is the one, right? Is that hers? Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm saying the right person's name. I'm not even sure I'm actually saying her name correctly, but hopefully I am, from Ranger. So I use a lot of different mediums, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to find another page that is, I don't know, you will see that this is a very kind of dirty page. I was experimenting with some stuff, but I'm just going to be covering, this is why we have something called gesso, and I love gesso. So we're going to be covering this, and you'll see how anything can be basically covered, so you don't have to ever worry about what's underneath. Okay, so I recently got a package from the Crafters Workshop. So today I'm going to be using, like, mixing some things together. This is white gesso. It's a little bit got sprayed when I created this project. And what I like about this is a very nice and this liquid gesso, okay? The Prima Finnabair ones is very thick and heavy. This one is more liquidy, and they both do the same thing. I just wanted to show you that other companies also have them, so it's really good to have. You know, experiment with different gessos if you can. I mean, if you don't, just buy the one. And I'm just going to give this a really nice coat, a good coat in the back. I really need this because I want to cover anything else that I have here. And the nice thing about this gesso, it's very smooth, so it's nice in that sense. It goes on really smoothly. It doesn't leave you a lot of streaks. You can also use this for like splattering. I'm using one of these brushes from this is the Prima Finnabair. These are the ones that have oops, let me show you here. They have the cool things in the two-ended brushes. So one side is for texture and one side is for the brush. You can see how smooth this is going on. I might have to give it a double, you know what I mean, like a two coats, but that's okay. Like, it dries really quickly because it's so thin, so it's fine that way. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna give it another coat, but before I do that, I'm gonna take some paper towel. I just want to put some paper towel in between the sheets. Somehow I forgot to do that. So when we put the links, if you see, like, the links are always listed in the video below, but when we're putting them in the chat, sometimes I'm finding like different places that people can buy these, and we put different links just so people, you know, like, you know, if you only shop, let's say, at Amazon, or you shop at scrapbook.com, so you know which one, or if you're from Europe. I mean, I didn't put the mixed media place thing because most of the people that that come to the videos are from the North America, but not everybody. So there is, you can always go to Mixed Media Place, which is owned by Finnabair, and they have some, not always, they don't always have everything in stock. So that's why I put the other links. Okay, so hold on, and let me just make sure that, okay. So I'm gonna do another coat, you see, but I give it a really nice coat. I really don't need to do a second coat, but I just want to, and I'm not even letting it dry, I just want to. I'm gonna go on top of it and just give a second coat to this. And you see how liquidy it is, right? Like it actually like kind of spills everywhere, but it really is smooth. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the fluidity of this gesso. So I was really excited when I was able to play with this. And I'm going to play with another one of their products today. They have really amazing mixed media products. And I'm going to play with another one of their products today, and you're going to see how cool that is. So let me just finish this, and I'm going to give it a dry. Okie dokie. All right. So that's that. And that was just a layer. And now you're basically, my page is prepped, and I can go on and do what I want with it. Let me just dry this up. So, can you see that my camera is much clearer than usual? I just ended up purchasing a new webcam. The other one was just old, and it's just giving me really dark and fuzzy pictures, and I didn't like it. So I thought, you know what, I'm making so many videos nowadays. I just like to at least invest in a better camera. I was looking into getting a camera that would be, you know, like a regular camera. But then I ended up going with a webcam because I like the fact that I can record directly into my computer. Hi, Heather. Okay, so there, I'm dry. Cool. Next step. Whew. Alrighty. So the next step, and let me just remind myself of what I did. Did I spray it before or after? I can't remember. I think I did it. Okay. So this next step, and actually it might do this backwards just because I think this page is too heavy already, so I might do this the other way around, play around with it, so it won't come out exactly the same. I mean, the techniques are the same, but not the layout. So I'm going to be using modeling paste, and this modeling paste is clear. This is another product by the Crafters Workshop, and it's a clear modeling paste. This, I've never seen this in the market before. It's really nice, although because I'm using so many mediums, you will not be able to see that it's clear. I mean, I will dry it, and then you'll be able to see that it kind of dries translucent. It's not fully clear. It's kind of an opaque clear, like kind of a translucent, I don't know, how cloudiness, let's see, but it does come out clear. And what I liked about this, one of the main things I liked about this, and I'll show it to you when I open, and why I use this, it's very, very, very thick. And that is really good as a modeling paste. The closest one, the Prima one, the Prima Finnabair, the modeling paste is thick as well, but not as thick as this one, and I will show you what I mean. So first what I did is I took this stencil. This is what I used to create the texture on the sides, and then I also used, this is how and I want to show you how I created the heart. And I used this set of stamps from Prima Marketing. This is from the collection Wild and Free, and I use this heart, and I want to show you how I did it. So let me open this up. Okay, so both these I'm going to be using with the modeling paste. I'm going to take this heart, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this heart this time on this side, only because this side is it's getting too bulky and I'm not able to like press as hard. So the heart will be on the other side. I don't need to have everything look exactly the same. It will still be the same technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just trace the heart. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to focus only inside the heart. I don't want, oops, I forgot a piece. I don't want to have any, I don't like the modeling paste sticking out anywhere else, as much as I can, obviously. So I'm going to take a small palette knife and taking the modeling paste. And you see how thick it is. It's really, really thick. Like, it's hard to explain how thick it is. I'm going to be slowly putting it inside the heart. What we're going to do is we're going to stamp inside the modeling paste. And I think I've done something similar before with gel. But this is the nice thing about this modeling paste is it's so thick that it really gives you a good impression. So I'll show you this technique. It's a really cool technique. And I mean, do you have to be perfect? Of course not. It's not a big deal if you're not perfect on this, but just kind of, you know, try to stay within, because I mean, mixed media does not have to be perfect. That's the nice thing about it. So you can just kind of stay within the heart as much as you can. And I mean, you could also like make your own heart if you want to do something different, you know, and use a different texture. But I really like this heart, and it's nice. The stamp comes with a lot of different sayings, so you can use it for making cards and things like that. So that's nice about this. Oops. So, you see, I got out of the lines, so you can always remove it. The nice thing about modeling paste is that you can remove this. Okie dokie. Okay, so there is the heart, as you can see. And now I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna have to heat set it as well. But since I have to do the texture around, I'm just going to do the texture as well, so it all dries at the same time. So hi Olga, hi Janusz. Oh, it's so nice everybody's here. Okay, so I'm gonna create a text. This is Gabi Polico stencil from the Crafters Workshop. It's called, and I want to say, Mini Tile Mania. This is her stuff in the Crafters Workshop. I really like this text. How do you call this pattern? It's a really good pattern to create texture in the background. So when I saw it, I just had to have it. You know me, I love stencils. Not everybody likes stencils, but if you do love stencils, this is a great one. Okay, so the key to like balancing a page, and this is just a hint for anything, just for if you're doing scrapbooking or a card, or even a page like this, is that you want to be able to balance everything. And to balance a page, and even if it's scrapbooking, even if it's in a card, you need to have odd number of things. Whether it is one heart, that's fine. 3, or you can have, the only one that it kind of is iffy is a pair, like if you have 2. But as soon as you get into like bigger numbers, it's always good to have an odd number of things. So if I'm going to have this pattern in my layout, it's really good if you do at least like either 3 or 5. More than that, it will just be too messy, too much. But so I'm going to try to balance it out. And right now I'm doing 3, but for me, I feel like doing this third one is great, but I feel like some areas are missing. So for example, in this space, when I lift it up, it will be missing some stuff. So I'm going to lift it up, and as you can see, you see this area for me is too empty. So I will go in here, let me remove this. I will go in here and create some more pattern with this, and you can see how thick this paste is, that it really, you know, doesn't run underneath or anything like that, which is really nice. Okay, so then you see how the 4, when you're looking at 4, and this is what I teach in my classes, you see 4 things. What I want is everything to focus on the heart. So when you have 4, what's happening is that if you actually look at this, the eye kind of draws you to this side of the page. So you need to anchor it with a fifth pattern on this side. So I'm going to create a small pattern. It doesn't have to be something big. It can be a small pattern, but it has to be on this side to kind of anchor our eyes to this heart, which is what I wanted. And it came out a little bit too messy, but that's okay. It's mixed media. We live with it. So you see now the eye is drawing everything towards this heart. I might put a little bit more just here. This is still part of the same one. Kind of, I feel like it needed a little bit more, and maybe a little bit down here, just to kind of frame it a little bit. So what I do is I frame it. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so there we have the pattern. I am going to just wipe my stencil while this dries. Okay, so don't mind me. Yeah, so okay, so somebody's saying that they thought this is made out of a mold. So no, this is actually made out of a stamp, and I will show you how to do it, but it needs to be a little bit drier. So that's why I'm waiting for it to dry, and I'm going to I'm going to just clean my stencil for a second while this is drying. And actually I can even heat set it. So what you want to do is you want to heat set it a little bit so it will just dry enough for you to be able to stamp in it. And you can always test it, and if you don't like it, you can smooth out the actual you can smooth out the modeling paste and stamp again. So if it's too wet, what will happen is that you're going to get not a clear stamp, not a clear image of the stamp. You really need to have it a bit dry so the image will come out clear. Okay. So let me just, okay, I'm almost cleaning up. See how it's drying? Oh, you can't tell that it's drying, but I can see that it's drying here. I'm using one hand to dry and one hand to clean my stencil. And I'm just going around. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to see, and the nice thing about it is that when it dries, it smooths out the actual modeling paste. And let me get it closer to see if you can actually see how smooth it is. Okay, so you see how smooth it is. And then what I'm going to do, should I wait? I think Rika got ads. So you see how the stamp, how it looks, which is really cool. And now I'm going to press on it. Let me just make sure. No, yeah, I'm going to press on it. If it's, let's hope for the best. Let's, maybe it's too wet still. Oh, no, it's not. Turned out good. Just here, it came out a little bit from, so it was kind of wet underneath, but I will clean it up. I wasn't expecting it to explode, but let me just clean that. So that the heart kind of exploded, some of the areas. And that's okay, I'll just clean it up, but you can see that the actual image came out really, so maybe I should have kind of waited a little bit longer before I stamped, and I will just dry it up more. So you see how it came out really, really, really neat. And the stamp is completely clean, except for that part where it exploded. So it's a really cool technique to create pattern. I mean, imagine this having with a bird or anything like that. So the key is to drying it well. And I'm going to continue drying. Hi Jody, so nice to see you here. Yay, Jody came. And now let me see who's here. In the meantime, while I'm drying, I can say hello to everyone. Hi Olga. Heather, I think I said hi to you. Who haven't I said hi to? I saw Janus. Anybody else? Let's still look at the actual people that I can see who's here. Some people are anonymous, so I'm not 100% who they are. Sneha. Let's see, somebody said, say hello, come chat with us if you're here. Even if you're anonymous, come chat. Okay, I think my background is dry. I'm just worried about the heart, so that's why I'm kind of giving it a good dry. And then we're gonna start spraying. Yay! Oh, thank you so much. Okay, that's good. So we have, it's still a little bit like kind of wet on the inside, but I'm gonna be very careful because I can't like wait forever until this dries. Let me just put this here to hold the page. And maybe a bit stronger. Okay. Okie dokie. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to add some color to the background. Okay. So to do this, and let me clean up because I hate when everything is messy around me, although I don't mind it when I'm creating by myself, but when I'm doing it with other people around, which you're watching me, I want to be as clean as possible. So I'm going to be using 3 different color bloom sprays from Prima. I'm using the soft teal, the deep teal, and one of the new ones, the color bloom 2, which is called Magic Stone. And it has like a shimmer, but what I like about it is it's kind of a black color, so it gives that kind of darkness that you want at the edges. So that one I'm only going to put at the edges. This is what I'm going to put in the rest. So I'm going to start with the light color, and you want to keep a wipe handy, so you can kind of wipe in the inside if necessary. This one turned out okay, but I don't want it to kind of leak everywhere else. So and you have to kind of play with this a lot. So the nice thing about these sprays, because I have the gesso, they're not fully kind of going on, right? But that's the nice effect that I wanted to have, is that I wanted to have kind of a marbled effect, and that's good when you put the gesso underneath. So there is the marbled effect here, and you can also move this around. Now the black one, it's more for the edges, okay? You don't want to put it all over because then you're going to have black everywhere. So you want to kind of frame the edges and create this really cool effect that marbles into the center. So wherever there is texture, there's going to be like kind of this pooling effect that looks really good. So if you put too much, you can always take it away. Okay. And some of the dark. And then the important thing is to dry this, and to dry it while it's still kind of pooling everywhere will give you those really cool marbleized effects that I like. So, and you work in layers, so you dry, and this has a bit too much. You dry and then you add some more and you build. I'm gonna build. As you see, I put the paper towel around because I really want to make sure that the other pages don't get fully dirty. Again. So as it's drying, you can start adding pages. So as I'm drying, I can continue to add these layers because I'm impatient and I don't want to wait so long. So as I'm drying, I start adding more and more layers. And as you add the layers, it becomes it becomes really like marbleized. I don't know how to explain. I'm thinking it's called marbleized, but I don't know. It's that's just the effect that I feel I'm getting. So it's because it pools everywhere, so you get that marbleized effect. And the nice thing, I don't know if you noticed my gray mat underneath. This is recently a mat that I got. It's Ken Oliver's. I used to use the brown one, the beige one that like from Ranger. I found that it just completely like stained after a while, and I couldn't remove some of the stuff. And this one, I have to say, I'm quite impressed with it. I really love the fact that it's easily to clean, and it's nothing like kind of rolls over. It's static. It has like this static clingy kind of effect, and you can just clean it. And you see, this is, I'm keeping these. You keep these. So yeah, so Rika can put the link if you want to this craft mat. If you don't have a craft mat, or if you are looking to getting a new one, this is a good solution. I have to say I'm quite impressed. I just ordered it, I think, from Amazon, but they sell it like everywhere. You can maybe put the link. And as you can see, I keep on adding the colors and reactivating things. But as I add more, you get more of this pooling effect. I like saying pooling effect. This Magic Stone color is one of my favorite, I have to say. I've been using it a lot, so I ordered a lot of it. I use it a lot for so many different things because it really looks good. Yes, Susan, I got the 36 by 24 mat because I figured the small one would not be enough for my big desk, and it would just get all over my table, and I have a white table underneath. So yeah, I got the big mat, and it's really, really good. I was looking for something. I actually saw this off Robbie Herring's. I saw this at Robbie had the smaller one, and it looked kind of white. So I thought I was ordering a white mat, but it was gray. But you know what? It looks good in the background. It looks good when I'm filming things. It looks good, like, you know, it doesn't look like my desk is messy when I'm doing my videos. Okay, so I'm going back to this. Okay, so you see how I go back and forth with my wipes, kind of taking away, and then you see I'm forming these colors that are pooling and also like kind of becoming marbleized here. As you can see, like this color, when it dries, it looks really, really good. So that's the effect that I wanted to create, and that's what I got. Now I just need to dry it. I think I'm good with how much I put here. Maybe add a little bit more blue here, but then I want to just dry it. And making sure that I didn't get the corners, because the corner was covered by that thing. Let me make sure that other corner, yeah, it's fine. It's a little bit warped, but it's okay. So I'm just drying. Okay, just drying it all up. And if you are impatient and you want to dry it, it will still pool even if you use a little wipe to kind of take off the excess stuff. And Susan, I put the link for, I think it's scrapbook.com or Blitzy. Oh guys, I think I put Blitzy has like free shipping all over the world. So that's a really good company if you want to buy stuff from. I mean, I love scrapbook.com because they have so many more things, but Blitzy offers free shipping around the world. So that's awesome on its own. Okay. So here we go. Yeah, it comes. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, so sorry. So they're asking if the mat comes rolled up. Yeah, it comes in a roll, so you can order it like that from wherever you're ordering it from. I'm just cleaning up around here while I'm drying. So yeah, it comes in a big roll, and it comes in 2 sizes. So I think Rika put both sizes there, so you can see which one you prefer. I mean, if I have to recommend, I would get the bigger one, just because you need to cover more. I don't know, I need to protect my desk because it's white. So, but if you have a small space, then obviously get the smaller one, right? It's more, you can move it around. The big one I can't move around. It's kind of permanent on my desk. Okay. Oof, a lot of drying. I'm so hot. Okay, let me just show you the pooling. Okay. That is cool. That is cool. Yeah, so let me take these off because I don't need this anymore. Oh, look how cool. Okay, so you have this orange on the other side, and look how cool this formed here. Neat. I like it. Don't know how I did that, but I like it. Okay, so just have to be careful because it's really wet in the middle. And okay, so let me continue with this stuff. Now I'll show you what I did for the next step, and that I used the rust paste from Prima Finnabair. This is the packaging. I only used the red one out of this, and I have here a red one, but this one is already almost finished. I want to put a little bit of water in it, just because what I'm doing anyways is being watered down. So I'm going to put a little bit of water because it's just the end of the pot, so it kind of dried up. And here it is. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do kind of a rusted heart look. So that was my what my idea for this thing. So I kind of put things around, and then using some water, I let it drip. So the idea is to have kind of the rust coming behind the heart, if you know what I mean. So when you have this water, and there's a little bit, way too much water here. When you have this water kind of sticking out, and you can use the paintbrush and just kind of move it around. When you have it mixed with the water, which is, that's why I said it doesn't matter if it gets a bit wet inside, because the original paste is actually quite thick and gritty, which I've used many times in many other videos if you go to my YouTube channel. But what I like about this one is that color, and what I wanted is that rusted look, and I wanted it kind of run down. I don't know how to explain it. Kind of that it will just run down the page. So I wanted it to make it look as if it's like very rusted. The heart is rusting down. I really wanted to put like my rusted heart in what the saying, but I didn't have the right saying, so I just used something else instead. So it's pulling a lot here. I want to kind of hold on. Hi, Carol. There's somebody else. She's, I think, also another Canadian, if I'm not mistaken, from Quebec. Okay, so this is the kind of the rusted heart look that I wanted to achieve. And okay, and the nice thing, okay, so why I chose this color, and because I wanted to kind of have this patina kind of look to the background. And when I use the teal, and when you combine any teal with this type of rusted color, it starts giving it this oxidized effect that I love so much. That, I mean, that is just really nice. So it really makes a beautiful look to this to this effect. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I just sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time. It's not good. So yeah, so the rusted heart, the rusted paste, it gives a really good look to the teal color that you have. And I think I'm gonna, because I'm putting that wire after, I'm going to drag this all the way. The other one I didn't drag, but I actually quite like it if it drags all the way. And I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit in the edges. And this I'm going to, just a little bit. You don't want a lot, just a little bit kind of in the edges. Just to kind of, as again, frame it, but not too much, because you want to kind of keep that teal black color that that I had originally. So just a little bit to kind of frame and match it all up. And you can see I start using my finger when I start getting impatient. This is when I start using my finger, because I get very impatient and I don't have patience to wait until things blend in. And also I find with my finger I have a lot more control of things. So okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. Here's any questions. I feel like I'm concentrating on doing this and not looking at the chat to see. Okay, so this is basically the rusted area, the rusted heart that I did. I'm going to close this, dry it up, so we can go to the next step. So this is, yeah, Rika is saying about this rusted paste. This is one of my favorite products, I have to say, that came out. There's a new one that came out with the patina, like it's like turquoise in color, also a paste. But before that one came out, which I really love as well, this one came out. And I have to say, it comes in 3 different colors, the brown, the gold, and the red. And I have to say, it's one of my favorite products. I've used it so often since it came out 2 years ago. And I really, really love how the effect of the actually it affects, like, sorry, the effect of how it actually creates that rusted kind of look. Okay, so you see, I want to show it to you from close up. There's just you can see how cool that rusted look is. Okay, this camera is really good. It really catches all the little details. Okay, so there is that. And now I'm going to add one more thing. You'll see. Oops, this is a bit wet here. I took the wax, and this time I took my favorite. Oh, I think you guys might guess what my favorite color is. I think I've used it all the time. This is the Metallique wax, the vintage gold. And I love this one. It's my favorite color. I use it all the time. I don't know. It's just my favorite effect. And I'm going to be very careful because I'm worried this is still wet. But what I'm doing is I'm giving this top nice waxed effect. How cool. Let me try and see if I can get this closer so you can really see. And the cool thing is, because I already sprayed it with the dark teal, once I put the gold, you have that shadowy background with the teal. So let me just show you from closer how cool of an effect it is. So this is another one of my favorite products, especially this color. I have to say it's my favorite color, which I already say all the time. Okay, so there you got that really nice effect on the heart. And then I'm going to do the same thing, not only at the edges, but I'm going to get a little bit slightly with my finger over the the patterned stencil that I did. And does it go everywhere else, or does it go in the back too? That's okay, I don't mind it. I just want to kind of match everything. I find that when you add the same colors both in the center and also in the edges, it kind of frames everything and brings everything the focus to what I wanted, which is the heart. So that's why it's important to always kind of use the elements again and again in different areas of your page, whether it's a scrapbook page, whether it's a journaling page. I find that it really helps focusing everything back into what you know, like your center piece, or like what you're trying to make the center of your project. If you don't have a center, that's something different. But and look at this beautiful texture here. Oh, I love that. You know, that was a mistake that I was upset about, because I actually like the stencil kind of pushed itself out. The modeling paste became weird there when I put the stencil, and now it's my favorite part, this texture over here. I'll show it to you from close up because I have to. You see that texture? So you never know. Sometimes, look how beautiful that is. Sometimes an accident turns out to be the nicest part of your, or your, well, not the nicest part, but one of the nicest parts of your project. Okay, I'm gonna just add a little bit here as well, only because this this actual rust paste, because it's a paste, it's actually very gritty. So on those gritted kind of areas, I want to add some wax, and I put too much here, so I'm going to remove some. And the nice thing about it is that you can, if you go right away, you can remove the wax is kind of permanent, but if you go right away and you remove it as soon as you placed it, you'll be able to kind of remove not all of it, but most of it. But it gives such a neat effect. Oh, I love it. Okay, so there it is. Yay. So there is my beautiful heart. Okay, now before I put, so when I did this, I did it with a wire, but before I do that, I want to stamp. I love this stamp. This is one of my favorite stamps. I didn't know what it was until I actually went to search for the stamp to see. It's by Finnabair. It's pine needles. And actually, when I look at it, it exactly is what I thought, what I was imagining. But I couldn't figure out what the name of it is until I looked it up. And I just added this. I wanted to have a little bit of texture. Sorry, the dog is barking. Somebody's probably moving here, so you might hear a little bit of barking. Somebody probably just came into the house. So this is the, I'm going to use some, sorry, I'm getting distracted because of the dog. Archival ink, okay, and I'm going to create a texture. So now the way I hold usually my stamps is that I hold them like this, okay, two fingers like this, and what I do is I dip into my how do you call this, my ink pad, and then I stamp. The reason why I do this is because I don't want to get a square image. I want to be able to get kind of a textured image of what I see. So I want to get these like pine cone needles or whatever, pine needles, without having to getting a square image of it. And this is a good way of kind of controlling that. I'm going to go, and as you can see, I'm only going to go around the edges. This is where I'm adding the pine needles. I'm adding them around the edges to create a texture, and that's it. I am not adding them to the center. I want to keep this blue area kind of blue, because I don't want any stamped images, and that's kind of a white space for me, so that's why I don't want to keep it. But I did create some texture here on this reddish area, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a little bit of texture on this centered area, and this kind of helps when I put this the wire that I put with the, and I'm also, I think I'm going to go up and down the heart, this area here. So when I put the wire, you only see it in this area, and you have that blank space. Has it gone a little bit here? Yes. Do I worry about it? Has my wax gone a little bit into my ink? Yes. Don't worry so much about everything. It's really just mixed media. This is why I like it, because you don't have to be exact. I get very stressed out when things have to be exact, so I like them when they're not. So this is okay. So now I'm going to use this one. This is a metal plaque. I got this from the dollar store when I started scrapbooking many years ago. I don't even know. It's like some crafty, but you can use anything, right? Any metal plate words. I think I linked some other ones that I found on the internet by Artsy, but it doesn't really matter which ones you use. No. And then there's also this, the craft wire. Also, I got this so many years ago. They comes in many different colors, but I'm using the black today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put this through. No, the other way around. Put this through, and maybe do it twice. Hold on. So I'm going to figure out where I want them word first of all. I just want this to be tight, so that's why. Okay. Alrighty, so here is the, hold on. I just wanted to kind of go double on the loop inside so it holds. So I think this time, let's see, should I put it here? Last time I put it on the actual heart. I think this time maybe it will go the other way around, but now I did this the wrong way. So I guess I don't have a choice but to put it on the heart, because, oh no, yeah, no, it does go on the heart only because I do put the other metal hearts there. Okay, so I'm kind of measuring, again, not very thorough with what I'm doing. This is just for fun. Okay, so how did I attach this? Well, you'll see. I think it's funny, but I'll see how I attach this. It's the easiest way. Okie dokie. So the first thing I do, I use my tiny attacher by Tim Holtz, and I'm going to attach this one first. Okay, and I'm going to cut after. So let me just, okie dokie. Hold on, just want to attach one side first. And there. So now I have this attached. I am going to put a little bit of 3D gel behind the, behind the actual metal piece, so then it stays in place. I don't want it to be moving around. This one says dream, the other one said love. It's from the same set, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to just use this gel also to kind of a little bit put it into place. I mean, it will eventually dry and it will stay that way, but because I want to, hold on, I need something heavier to go on top. Stay. Okay. So I just put a little bit of gel here. Yeah, exactly. So the staples, you're right, Jody. So the staples give it a very more rustic look, and that was why I thought it would be perfect to use this. I actually thought to use the wire to create kind of like, you know, the beats of a heart in a monitor, and I tried, but I couldn't get it done to do it. So it's just straight, but it kind of reminds me of a heart monitor thing. So I can only go as far as it takes me. Oops, that one didn't go. But I think it's really cool. Okay. And I'm just gonna cut the edges because it's too long. There we go. Oops, is it going out of focus? I'm trying not to make it go out of focus. Okay, so now, this still has to kind of glue. Now I took some of the, these hearts, the mechanical hearts, and I used the other kind, but today I'm going to use these ones just because I like this one. And let's do like this one and this one. Oh, and I think I use a mini one as well. Okay. Okay, so these are 3. It doesn't really matter which ones you use. Okie dokie. And I think I did it like this. So you have the 2 hearts, and then you have the 3rd one here. Now, what I did is that I took the same wax. The nice thing about these wax is that it works really well on metal. So I took this and I wanted to match it to the other one. So what I did is I just basically covered it, and you can see that this one then becomes the same color as the other heart. This seam as well. See? It's becoming that really nice vintage gold color. Okay, and the last one is this mini one that is already, there's a silver in color, so I want to really cover it. Oops. And I also added a little bit onto the actual metal frame. So, not metal frame, metal ward. So, so we'll kind of match everything else. So there it is. Hold on. Then I took a phrase from the stamp set. Hold on. I use Let's Get Lost, right? But I'm thinking maybe I should do The Best Gift is Adventure. So let's do it that, just to make it different because it's going to be in the same book. And okay. Okay, so let's see, where do I want this? Let's see, here or here. I'm trying to think, maybe here. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up, and let's hope for the best, because you know how it is sometimes with stamping on mixed media. Okie dokie, so The Best Gift is Adventure, and if it doesn't come out well, you always have a pen that can fix everything. But it came out. Yeah, yay. Okay, so now the only thing I have left is basically gluing the hearts. Okie dokie. I'm going to use again the gel. Okay, so you could use a paintbrush for this. You don't have to use your fingers. I don't know why I always use my fingers for everything. There we go. And as the heart goes away from the bigger heart, the hearts get smaller. So that's what I like about it. It's kind of gives it focus. And let's see where this little one goes. I think it should go maybe here. I think I put it, yeah. I put it above the actual saying. So this one is just backwards from the other one, like the heart was on this side, but it still looks just the same. Yeah. Oh, okay, I like that. Okay. Hold on. And the last thing I did, and let me just check to make sure that it is the last thing I did. Oh, no, I made a mistake. I just realized that. One thing I didn't do is that I wrapped this heart, and I'll do it with new metal. I wrapped this heart with metal, and it turned out really cool. I forgot about that. So I took the heart, which now I'm going to have to do with gel everywhere. No, maybe let me clean it up. Hold on. I took the heart, don't mind me, because I forget things sometimes when I'm recreating. And what I did is I went and I created some kind of, hold on, kind of a metal, because it kind of reminds me of the heart that that I stamped. So it reminded me of that. So I thought it was cool to create this heart around. So I'm just kind of wrapping. I'll show you in a second. Oh. No, I need to go. And it still looks like it's part of it. There it is. So you see, I did this. I wrapped it, and then I'm going to glue it. So there we go. Now it's correct. You see, this is why I have to go back and look, because I don't always remember everything that I do. I think I do something and then I don't. So there it is. Because now it looks like it's part of like the wired heart. I'm going to put some on top and that will go away. So the nice thing about the gel is that it will dry clear. So that's okay. And actually I could have used also the Crafters Workshop gel. That also would also work because it's also clear like that. And then I'll take my stamp again just for a second, and I will just add a little bit of texture here on this heart. Kind of want to kind of blend it all in. Okay. No, this I don't like. Okay, perfect. So there you have the hearts. And the last thing I did, oh no, two last things. You see, I keep on remembering things that I did. So I grabbed my Posca pen. This is just a black pen, and I just wanted to highlight the heart a little bit more. So I went, it's like basically black. I went around and just highlighted in black, which right now it's not working. Sometimes I have different pens and some of them work and some of them don't. I don't ever know. Oh, maybe I use this one. Maybe I use the Uniball. Oh, maybe I use this one. Yeah. So this is the Foodaball from Ranger. Okay, so I'm just basically going around it just to give it a little bit of that texture. Okay, so here we go, because I really wanted to kind of bring that out, and you can see it. And the last thing I did, because I really wanted even more texture, don't know why I always think I want more and more and more, is I basically took the Stress Stickles from Ranger. It's called Wild Honey. And I just went around and put some, hold on, and kind of went on only on the area where it's rusted and added some of that texture. When it dries, it gives it a really cool effect. So that's really nice. So I'm just patting it down. So most people use this to create pearls and things like that. I wanted to use it more for the texture that it gives you, because it's like they're very kind of crunchy and really distressed looking, very gritty. Let me put some here. So what time? Am I in time? Oh wow, perfect timing. It's 3:01. So I did start a couple minutes late, so oops. Okay, so that is it for today. This is the project. Just let me see if I can get it closer. Oh, there you go. You can get a really good view of it. And I just thought this was a really neat way of using the rust paste, and this technique with the heart, that's a really good one. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope that you learned something from this. Thank you so much everyone for coming. It was just we really appreciate you guys coming every week, and thank you. Next week I think it's Yasmin. Oh God, I forgot who it is next week. But let me just turn off the thing, and then I will show, and then I will just chat with you guys a little bit more. Thank you so much for coming to Artist Live. See you next week. Bye.